All right, I'm here with John Breen. John Breen is a great basketball player looking to play overseas here. John came to me 2 days ago complaining of some knee pain right behind his knee, right back in this area. This is common with a lot of athletes. This is more and more common actually with a lot of people today, having pain, but they really shouldn't have pain. I mean, let's be honest. Our body should not just hurt for no reason. And John said, Dave, I don't know why it just started bothering me, blah, blah, blah. I can understand there's some soreness from, working out, the muscle soreness, but our joints shouldn't technically hurt. If we train ourselves correctly, we shouldn't be hurt. So we went over a couple different things with John to try to get him back on track so he can get rid of that pain. And, we found a couple different things. And we're going to go over them right here, some of the tests that we did to find out, why John has the pain in the knee. And I told John, I said, most likely it's not coming from your knee. It's actually coming from someplace else. And that's what a lot of people misdiagnose or misunderstand, is just because I have pain in my knee doesn't mean the knee is the culprit of it. That's just where the weak link is, and that's what the pain is. A lot of low back pain is not caused from your low back. It's from other areas of the body that have broken down, but the pain in the back is because that's the weaker of the area. So that's what's going to hurt first, and then eventually it'll go to other places, okay? So when John got it, turn around here, John was getting some pain right back in here. Right in the insertion areas out there with the calf and the hamstring. And you were complaining, it was hurting on what? Step-ups? Step-ups, push-offs, stuff like that. So he was just stepping up and, man, Dave, it doesn't really hurt real bad, but it feels like it's unstable. And so, we went over a bunch of different things. And one of the things we wanted to check out on John was its flexibility. All right? Big push right now is that I see is we got to have three things for our bodies to work correctly and to stay healthy at all times. You need symmetry. Both sides got to be symmetry. All right? They got to be symmetrical, or close to symmetrical as possible. If I'm a throwing athlete, I might be better on my right side if I'm right-handed than my left. But I still got to have some of that same type of movement ability on my left side. The next thing is mobility. I got to be able to be mobile. I got to have some flexibility. And the last thing is stability. Do I have stability in those joints and around those joints to keep everything there? Just because I have great flexibility but no stability, guess what? I'm going to break down too. So just because you see these guys that are freaks that can just all of a sudden do all this contortion stuff doesn't mean that they're not going to be, that they're going to stay injury free. Because look, wow, they're not going to do anything. No, that's not necessarily true. The stability has to be there as well. So John's going to get down on the ground here. And we'll go over a couple different tests just to see what we found with John. It was your right knee or left? All right, so John's left leg here. So one of the first things we want to look at, his hamstrings. So we just had John lay down and we brought it up. And what I'm looking here is to make sure this leg stays straight, so his toes want to stay up all the way to the ground, and we're just bringing it up. And I'm trying to look, does he start to roll out? And how far can I go before he feels it? John's right about there. That's actually pretty good. All right, when you look at it, John turns to the side here, okay? He's coming straight up. That's actually not too bad. I'd like to get him up to about 90, which is a little bit further, but trust me, I've had athletes that are down here. All right, so John's not too bad. He's a little tight, so we definitely want to start hitting that hamstring, okay? Another area we like to check is the glute med piriformis area. So we'll just take John here, we'll bend his knee, and we're going to try to rotate, trying to bring his shoe up and rotate his knee out. Now he's tight here. I should be able to get that straight across. Most flexible individuals, I can get it. You feeling that? You feeling that glute? All right, so if you're going to show it from this side here, he's going to bring it up, and we're trying to rotate out. As you see, we're looking at that glute area, okay? So we're trying to get flexible here, all right? And remember, John's a big-time jumping athlete. The guy, how tall are you? 6 foot, dunks the basketball pretty much with ease. All right, so the guy can get up. He has great leg strength, all that kind of stuff, but very inflexible. Doesn't do enough of this flexibility, okay? Next thing we're looking at was, okay, the IT band. This is probably one of the biggest things that I see right now in the lower half of the body, besides the glutes being tight, is the IT band being extremely tight, okay, extremely tight. So what we do is you bring this leg up, and we're trying to bring it across too. All right? And John should feel that on the outside of his leg, correct? So it attaches somewhere down around the knee, all the way up into the hip. So if we look over here on this side, we're bringing it up, okay? I'm going to keep this other leg straight, and we're bringing it across. Yep. And you can see how tight it is. I'm getting resistance right here, and I'm barely pulling him over, okay? So John's not rolling this one out enough like he is the other side, since we told him 2-3 days ago. So he's not doing enough on his right side, so now we're getting an asymmetrical pattern here of his flexibility. All right, so he can feel it. You feel it all the way up? Yep. All right, it's extremely tight. All right, so we want to make sure we get that. The last thing I want to look at here with John is how good are his glute meets. All right, when I have ducked, that means taking the leg away from me. A lot of times we throw our IT band in because our glutes are too weak. So our IT band helps bring that up. If our glutes are too weak, okay, we're not going to get it. The IT band's going to do more work. That's why it gets tight. It's real stiff in there. All right, but if our glute meats did the job they were supposed to do, we'd be much better off. So when John get up on his hands and knees, he's going to face that way, John. All right? He's going to stay right down, okay? This is all we're going to do. We're going to do what I call fire dog, okay? So what he's going to do is bring his leg up as high as he can, trying to get that knee up without rotating his back. He can get it all the way up here, but he's rotating his back. I don't want his back to come into play here. All I want John to do is fire that glute med and then back down. As you see, it is kind of weak. He's not getting it up, but also some flexibility issues. All right, so go ahead. He's bringing it up and back down. All right, you feel that? And that glute med right there. So next thing I want him to do is I want him to put his legs straight out. Okay, straight out to the side here. Okay, now this is the one where John really, when we watched him the other day, he really had a hard time getting his leg up. So I want you to bring your leg up high as you can. As you see, he can't get it up. Go ahead, try it again. And all I am is trying to keep this hip from rotating down. Go ahead, bring it up. See, he rotates. He throws in his low back and everything else to do the job that his glute med should do. Go ahead, try to bring it up. All right, very weak on the left side. Turn around, face the other way, John. Let's show the right leg. All right, and remember, he has the pain on the left side. Okay, take the leg straight out to the side there, John. All right, get it out a little bit further straight. There you go. Now I want you to bring it straight up. Go ahead. Also has a little bit of issue, okay? So it's telling me that his glute med is extremely weak. Now go ahead, bring it up. Now go ahead, take it up. All right, as soon as he rotates, he can bring it up. All right, so we really need John to start working that glute med area. All right, it's really, really a big problem. All right, another thing that we found is his calf. So I want you to lay down, back down, John. On your back, bud. All right, I want you to bring your leg up. And all we are is just going to try to stretch out and test his calves here. All right, you feel that back in here? Extremely tight in this region, okay? So I'm stretching out his gastroc, which is the higher up, the superficial muscle more or less you see. Now, if I want to stretch his soleus, which will start here and go into his Achilles, I want to bend that knee slightly and still press down. You feel it lower into the Achilles. This is a big one for basketball players. You hear them tear their Achilles? Not so much because the calf's so tight. I mean, the gastroc's tight. A lot of times it's that soleus. So you got to stretch the two muscles there. Don't get caught and say, I stretched out my calves and all I did was stretch the gastroc. That's great, but you also got to get the soleus involved, okay? He's a little tight there. I'm getting some resistance, okay? So they're the areas that we're looking at when we get our athletes down and they come to us with some issue. I'm not trying to say I'm a doctor. We're not trying to diagnose them with anything. All I'm trying to do is try to get rid of some of that pain, because I think it's very, very important for an athlete to be successful and to continue their longevity, that they don't have pain. It's anybody. I don't care if you're a 50-year-old person. You should not have pain if you did not have trauma to the area. There's no reason. Everybody, I know a lot of people say, well, I'm getting older. I don't understand what that means. You're getting older, so that means you should hurt? No, we allow ourselves to hurt. All right? We want to take care of ourselves. There's many things that you can do to prevent a lot of these things. Some things, maybe yes, you can't prevent them. But there's a lot of things that we don't do because we're too sedentary that we've now broken our bodies down. And we need to make sure we take care of it. But it was just an easy fix like that. How much better do you feel in 2 days? Yeah, sit up and your thumb. Right? He feels a lot better. He feels so much better by just doing those simple things. And there's a bunch of different rolling exercises we gave him. And that's a whole different video that we can show you on some different rollout stuff that we do. But all we did was get him on a rolling routine, a stretching routine, and getting his body to move correctly. And all of a sudden, we're trying to engage it to work. And you got better, correct?
Legs feel a lot better.
Yeah, just 2 days. 2 days. Now, imagine he does that for the next 100 years of his life. He'll feel like $1 million. He'll probably still be dunking when he's 100. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see? So that's what we want. All right? So don't get caught up saying there's no cure or I don't know what to do. All you got to do is contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out, see what we can do to eliminate some of that pain. All right? John, appreciate it, man. Continue to work hard. I know you'll make it. Excellent job.